AI is already making some of the most important decisions in our world, so I let it take control of my old school RuneScape account. Every step of my progression is chosen by AI, and if it makes a bad call, the account pays the price. So let's see what it tells me to do this week on Gemini Lock. And welcome back everyone for week 3 of Gemini Lock. We have our tasks from Google Gemini all set up, so let's read them and see what we have going on for this week. Looks like the first task is going to be getting the full Clue Hunter gear from the Clue event a couple years back, and this is going to be our warm clothing for wintertime. And then looks like 25 thieving and 300 cake. So we have 2 tasks there, and it gives us the method: pickpocketing men levels 1 to 5, tea stalls in Varrock 5 to 20, and then cake stalls in Ardoin for 20 to 25. Next, it looks like we are going to the agility pyramid to get some gold. So 5 laps of the agility pyramid, and then levels 1 to 10 in sailing. So we're going to kick off sailing for this week as well. And then it looks like the last task is Druidic Ritual, where we're going to be unlocking Herblore. Let's get into it right now. Alright, so we're going to kick this week off with the Thieving grind, and you definitely have to get levels 1 through 5 Thieving Men in Lumbridge. A perfect way to start off the Thieving grind on this account. Alright, and if this pickpocket is successful, we will hit level 5 Thieving. So first sub-goal of the task done. Now it wants us to do tea stalls in Varrock. Got 141 gold out of the deal. Not terrible, I guess. And here we are stealing some tea in the Varrock tea stall market. 16 thieving XP apiece, and it has us doing this till I think level 20. So here we are, 15 levels to go. All right, and here is 10 thieving. Got 10 levels to go here. I have no idea when we are going to need to drink 200 something teas, but regardless, there is level 15 thieving. We only have 5 levels to go. Here's 20 thieving. Now we're off to Ardy. I think on our way there, we're going to stop and do Druidic Ritual. We have the handy dandy quest guide ready to go. Let's get Druidic Ritual done, unlock Herblore, and at the very least, we can start putting our lamps into Herblore. This is going to be Druidic Ritual done. We get through this text, a lot of text, and there it is. Herblore is unlocked on the account, finally. We are here at the baker stall, stuck in for, well, I guess until 300 cakes, which is going to be a little while, but we're stuck here for at least 5 more levels of thieving. And there is 25 thieving. We're only at like 100 or so cakes though, so we have a lot more thieving to go. We'll probably be close to 30 when it's all said and done. Here we go. With these cakes, we are at 300 cakes on the dot. We can mark this task as complete. And I think what we're going to do now is I think we're just going to get our 10 sailing real quick, do the full scavenger set, and then finish up with the 5 laps on the agility pyramid. I've never done the agility pyramid before, so I'm interested to see how that goes. Here we are talking to Anne on the Port Sarim docks. I've never done this quest before, so I'm interested to see what it looks like and the whole sailing dynamic of the game. It'll be interesting. Now we have our own little ship called the Sad Dagger. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, and there is Pandemonium completed. 1 quest point, access to the sailing skill, access to Pandemonium, a beautiful raft, 300 sailing XP, 25 sawmill coupons. So not bad. Let's see what this gets us to. We got 2 and then 5 sailing total. So we have 5 total levels to go. Let's see how it goes. And with this delivery, we should get to level 10 sailing. And there we go. Level 10 sailing opens up Musa Point, but we're done with sailing for a little bit now. We only have 2 tasks left, so let's get the scavenger set. All right, I forgot to film for the Clue Hunter garb, but this should be the trousers. There we go. Moving right along. All right, this should be Clue Hunter gloves and Clue Hunter boots. And there's the Clue Hunter gloves and boots. We got them this time. Let's move on to the cloak. Needed a super anti-poison to get the helm at some point, so luckily one spawns just outside of the observatory. So we're gonna grab that and go grab the cloak now. Here's the cloak. One more piece to go. And I think you don't need to be wearing the boots, so let's see. Yep, there's the Helm of Raidwald. I think that's how you say it. We got all of the Clue Hunter pieces, and now we are just down to the Agility Pyramid. Look at this guy, looking like an absolute champ now. First magic carpet ride on the account. While I fly down there, I realized that I kind of screwed up, and I had, instead of Clue Hunter, I had Scavenger set for my goal, and I had to change that. It was because Gemini called it the Scavenger Quest or something like that, and then it was the goal to get the full Clue Hunter set. So I just messed up. That's my bad. So I think the fail rate here is going to be extremely high, but we're stuck here until we get 5 laps. So I imagine we'll get some agility XP. Let's see how this goes. We just had our first death on the agility pyramid. I really just wasn't paying attention at all. And it seems like Gemini's trying to screw us over a bit here. It gave us really low HP and really low agility for this. So I don't know if this task is going to get done. I mean, I have plenty of time, but I'm really not making any progress here. Hopefully as the agility levels go up, we start to make a little bit more progress up this pyramid. But at this point, we haven't even gotten 1 lap done, and we're still waiting on that to happen. So let's see how it goes, but thankfully we have this contingency where we can put this on the backlog, and if we have extra time in future weeks, we can come back to it. Or Gemini can just assign it again. We'll see. We are on level 4, and it's looking like we could have our first pyramid top. And there we go. We got it. Just gotta climb this wall, and that's 10k GP in the bank. Love to see it. Here we are turning in pyramid number 2 for 20k. This is our second trip on the agility pyramid, and things are not looking good. No pyramid tops, and we're almost out of water. But the agility XP is flying in. 36 agility, and we just finished our second trip and got nothing. So there's that. So in between our agility pyramid trips, we take this ferry back to Al-Kharid, fill up our water at the water fountain in the castle, and then hop back on the ferry, back to the ruins of Anka, back across the desert, and back to the pyramid. Not efficient, but it works. Back at the pyramid for trip number 3. Hopefully we actually get a top this time. Let's see. And never lucky. And here is agility pyramid top number 3, another 10k GP in the bank. On our way to 5 total laps. And here is agility level 37. Even though the fail rate is extremely high, it really works out that we're gaining so much XP here. Hopefully we're close to 40 by the time it's all said and done. Here's pyramid top number 4. Only 1 more until we're done here. So we just had another death on the pyramid, and thank goodness that you don't lose pyramid tops. on death, because losing 2 would have been absolutely devastating. 38 agility. You go for 45 minutes trying to get to the second level of the pyramid just to fall back down in 30 seconds. There's 39 agility, maybe the last level of this grind here. We are so close to the top of this pyramid and our 5th and final top. I think we have 2 more jumps left now. Let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, we did it. We did it. We're going to make it to the top. Just climb these stairs, and we have it. There's number 5. Let's go turn this in. Alright, we just turned in our pyramid top. We are done on this task. We are done for the week as well. The only problem is Gemini did say that it has a shopping list that it wants us to do for the 50k GP. So let's regroup and see what Gemini wants us to buy with our newfound riches. So we got our shopping list. It's our seed money for the entire account. So Gemini seems to be very happy with this money. Let's see what it has us spending all this money on. Looks like the first one is around 120 law runes for teleports. The Hosidius house, moving our house to Hosidius, and then upgrading the boat and having some money for a Dorgishan crossbow. We're not going to do that. It's not adding tasks for us. And then the survivalist stash, water skins and dust. Interesting. We might have to go back here and edit it because it's giving us more tasks and it's giving us stuff that we've already done, but we'll see. So we were only able to get 60 law runes with the amount of money that it told us to use. So we're going to move on to our next task. After rereading our shopping list, we have some issues that I'm going to have Gemini solve. First off, it gave us more tasks for the week, and quite frankly, I just don't have the time to do those tasks. And it also gave us some things that were either repetitive or we couldn't do. So I asked it to kind of rework it with those goals in mind. It told us to get an adamant axe, 50 law runes, 100 teleport cards with the chronicle. We already have the chronicle. 1,000 iron nails, 500 feathers, 20 water skins again, and a sailing starting kit. So we're going to get working on these and see how they go. Alright, we already have 6 water skins, so we're just going to buy enough to make up the difference and get our total of 20 water skins, and I think I bought one too many, but whatever. The pass also sold feathers, so we picked up our 500 feathers. And here are our 1,000 iron nails. Check one more off. And first time over this agility shortcut, of course we fall, but at least we got it thanks to the agility grind. So we had to reset again because there is no adamant axe in Port Sarum. So it has us going to Keldagrim now for an adamant axe. So now we have to run back to Varrock, get in the minecart system, and head over to Keldagrim. But hopefully this solves our problem. I guess we will find out. So here we are in Keldagrim, and of course the axe shop that Gemini was talking about is not here, it's in Volumore. So now we're asking again, and now it has us getting a mithril axe in Bob's in Lumbridge. So we're gonna have to Lumbridge teleport and get that myth relax, and it also has us getting a Staff of Air. So looks like everything else is the same. But Staff of Air, myth relax. Let's go. And of course there's no myth relax at Bob's either. I should have known that one. But I mentioned that we have a black axe that we got from a clue scroll, and it looks like Gemini is just going to let us slide with that. So let's finish up the shopping list now. And here we are at our player-owned house. We are done with the shopping for the week. Despite some screw-ups from Gemini, we got everything eventually. And now we're done for the week. Here are our levels at the end of the week. So the two big grinds here were obviously 39 agility at the pyramid and 29 thieving. Other than that, we got 10 sailing, and everything else is pretty much looking the same as week 2. Thank you so much for tuning in to week 3. Next week, Gemini said that we're going to be tackling our first boss of the account. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe so you get notified whenever a new episode drops. I'm looking to try and release them every single Sunday. But until next time, so long.